Hi, this is Jessica Maes, Infusionsoft Certified Consultant, and today I'm going to show you how to find and merge duplicate records in Infusionsoft. Head over to your Infusionsoft application, log in, and from your dashboard, hover on the Infusionsoft icon, go over to Admin, and click Data Cleanup. You'll read through your options. Eventually, you will use other things on this list, but for what we're doing right now, you would be checking for duplicate contact records. Again, go ahead and read through this on your time. It explains the various types of duplicate checking that you can do. When you're finished, go ahead and click Next. Next, you tell Infusionsoft what you want the system to check. You can check all records, or you can get a little more specific. I tend to check all records. This is a page where you need to scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's a lot of important information here. You need to decide on the criteria that you want Infusionsoft to use when they're checking the entire database, or whatever you just chose on the previous screen. You pick those stages by coming all the way down. It defaults to check boxing every possible search criteria that it could run. I typically, most often, run duplicate checks based on email, duplicate email only. So if you were to uncheck everything and just keep the one field check for email, what the system would be doing is it would be looking for all of the contact records that have the same primary email address. So the first name might be different, the last name might be different, the address might be different, everything else could be different. But if it sees that the primary email addresses are the same, it will grab it as a duplicate record. So that's why, if that doesn't sound great to you, that usually it works perfectly for a large majority of Infusionsoft users. If that is not going to work, or not exactly what you wanted to accomplish, then you're going to want to think through all of these different combinations and come up with something that's going to meet your needs. Once you've made your decision on what you want it to check for, you click Next. It lets you know that it's going to automatically begin this process, and you have to indicate that you would like to continue. And then it will go through the database and it will look for your duplicate records. It's as simple as that. What you then can do is you can click this link right here. It will show you a list of all of the contact records that it has considered, that the system has found and considered a duplicate record. You can manually merge records from this page. The other thing that you can do is you can go back in to Data Cleanup. And remember how I said there's other things on this list here? Merge duplicate contact records is something that you can also do out here. And the reason this is important is when you haven't ever done a check for duplicates, and that's not necessarily the only time, but in particular, the first time you're doing a check for duplicates, your list could be rather lengthy. So to do a manual merge of each duplicate record is probably not the best, most efficient solution. And in that case, what you can do is you can come out here, go back in again, and you can say merge duplicate contact record by either overwriting old data with new data or only adding new data, not overwriting old data. I will tell you that most customers choose the second one. So then what they do is they do a mass merge of all the duplicates that have been found in the system. Nothing is deleted except that, they're simply merged. So there's only one contact ID, for example. But in terms of only adding new data and not overwriting old data, that means if there is information in one record that's not in another one, Infusionsoft is not going to pick which list of data to merge together. It will instead put it all together. So that's what people typically do so that they don't lose anything. So you could choose this, and then say you had 500 or 1,000 duplicates, the system would go ahead and put them all together for you. That is how we find and merge duplicate records in Infusionsoft.